and a shiatsu massage therapist. And I use shamanism, and I use Asian medicine, and I use body work, and I use understanding of how the subconscious works, and I use all sorts of great body-mind tools to help women reclaim their sanity after they've been in a relationship with a narcissist, or after they've gotten rid of one, or they're in the middle of one now, or they're trying to get divorced, or maybe they've found somebody new who has narcissistic tendencies and they want to know how to work through it so that it doesn't become a real problem in their life, so that maybe they can actually have a halfway decent relationship without having to run away or fight back or go crazy. So today we're going to talk about sleep. So one of the problems with a narcissist is that when being in a relationship with a narcissist will mean that you are stressed out a lot. It'll mean that you're stressed out often. It'll mean that you become jumpy. Your skin starts to crawl. Noise startles you easily. You take everything personally. You're constantly looking around, almost like you're, like you're looking for the next thing that's going to happen to you. Like you're worried the sky's going to fall. Your anxiety level starts to go through the roof. And if you've been in a relationship for a long time with someone, you're very, very familiar with this. And maybe you've just accepted that that it's just the way that it is, that you're always going to be stressed out. But you can start to change this. And one of the biggest issues that women have with narcissists is because a narcissist gets them so triggered that you couldn't find your way out of a paper bag. You couldn't find your way to sanity if it was a yellow brick road. Because when you're triggered, when a narcissist keeps you in a state of fight or flight, what happens is you are always not in your right mind. You can't think clearly. And all of these thoughts and feelings and emotions and stress is what will wake you up, is what will make sure that you're not sleeping at 2 a.m. So what can you do? What most people will do is they'll, take some sort of medication to fall back asleep, but that has all of its side effects. Or they will just toss and turn, worrying and wondering and letting their mind go crazy, the monkey mind, thinking about all the worst things that can happen. Because at 2 a.m., things look pretty bad. Life looks like it's never going to, get better, and and you're trapped. So you need to do something a little bit different. And what I've been doing for a while now is, if for whatever reason I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm taking the time to start my meditation practice. You'll start to notice that your body needs more than just sleep. Because you've probably woken up and your body's been stiff and your stomach's been upset and your digestion's been off and your joints have been achy and your back hurts and your knee hurts and your head hurts and you just don't feel good. And that's normal when you're under stress because your body is so contracted. Your body is so protective that nothing flows well, that you're constantly under this feeling of pressure and overwhelm, and your body just can't sleep because there's too much going on. So this is how I do it. If I wake up at 2 a.m., I start by meditating exactly where I'm at, exactly how I'm laying there. And when I meditate, I mainly just try to focus on something other than how I feel. I'll focus on a white wall. I'll focus on my breathing. I'll focus on tensing and relaxing my muscles. I know what it's like when you wake up and you don't want to disturb the person next to you because you don't want all the consequences or challenges that may come from that. So instead you lay there and you toss and turn and you get more upset and your body gets more sore and you get more achy. And that really doesn't help anybody. And it doesn't make you feel better. It ends up being a spiral that just keeps going down. But instead, if you start where you're at, exactly where you're at, and you focus on one other thing that's sort of neutral, besides how you feel, that's the way I start. Then as I start to feel better, because you do, as you focus on something different besides how horrible you feel and how stressed out you feel, when you keep bringing your mind back to something different, your body starts to relax and it starts to feel better. So then the next step is I will sit partially up, because I'm not ready to sit all the way up. Are you kidding me? It's 2 a.m. I don't want to get up. I don't want to move. I don't want to do anything. I just want to lay here and feel better. I'm tired of not feeling better. But I'll start sitting halfway up. And this is because it starts to get your body flowing natural again. Your digestion starts to work. Maybe you have a sip of water. Your breathing starts to even out. Things are starting to flow from gravity. It's not stagnant. A lot of emotions get trapped in our diaphragm. Or if they're held in other parts of our body, like our back or our knee, that's why they're stiff, then they come up to be processed through. They'll process through our liver, they'll process through our diaphragm, and we'll have all this tension and nausea and illness and problems right in your diaphragm area. And that can totally keep you awake. If you start to sit up, then you're able to get everything to start flowing and moving. Then I take this natural step. I sit up even more. I put a pillow behind my back. I make sure that I've got, relatively straight spine if I can. But I do this in steps and find the most quiet time of the day. And I don't have to force myself. I don't have I got cut off. Sorry about that. Must have been my internet connection. So, we store a lot of emotions in our diaphragm. That's why you feel it. That's why you feel that tightness. That's why you feel that awfulness and the sickness and your digestion isn't good, because those are emotions that are stuck. And when you start to, I'll sit up like halfway, and then after about a half hour, I'll sit up all the way. And then after about another 20, 30 minutes, I'll bring my spine up. What you notice is your body loves that. If you lay on your back and toss and turn and try to sleep and it doesn't work, your body doesn't like that at all. It just feels sick. The emotions don't go anywhere. You're not able to process anything out. So I do it in stages, and it's like, oh my God, thank God it's 2 a.m. Nobody's going to bother me. Nobody's going to mess with me. And as time goes by, as increments of, let's say, 10 or 15 minutes, and you keep feeling better, and you feel like your breathing expands, and you feel like your gut starts to expand, and things start moving, you start feeling better, you're able to get more and more into a healthy position until you're able to get to a nice straight spine. And what you'll notice is your digestion feels better. You aren't as achy. You aren't as tired and overwhelmed. Your body starts to feel more energized. And it's a really great replacement for, trying to sleep and only getting half the sleep and not getting any sleep. When you do that, when you just let yourself toss and turn and worry and be upset and don't do anything positive for yourself, you're not going to get out of it. But when I slowly let myself get into a meditative space, and I keep bringing my mind back to a white wall, no matter how many thoughts are going through it, because my body is changing, my body posture is changing, my body starts to work better. I'll get up, I'll go to the bathroom, I'll drink some water, and you're sitting there thinking you're not getting any rest. But what you're getting is finally the rest that you always needed. Your brain and your body need to be able to be relaxed. And if you just go to sleep, then your subconscious takes over, right? And it starts talking crazy things at you. It starts processing songs that you listen to. It starts bringing up worries and anxieties. It's the subconscious coming through, and that's just not restful. But when you get your body into a relaxed position, when it feels supported, when you feel like gravity is letting your digestion work, when you feel like you're able to finally breathe deeper because you're sitting up straight, everything starts to flow. You start to have emotions come up that you can release. I'll do a lot of visualization during this time too. I've got 3 main moves when I'm stressed out. There's havening, stroke arms, 18 acupressure points on your head. And then there's one of my favorites. Wi-Fi must be bad this morning. I live in the country. So when you start making, so I'll point at this thing, talking about how you can put the visual of the thing that bothers you, maybe somebody's face, saw, maybe something that you imagined, whatever you're worrying about, you get to put it in front of your mind's eye. And in your mind's eye, you get to point at, and then I turn in a circle to my left 1.5 times, not actually, because, you're in bed or you don't want to get up, or it's really weird to stand up in the middle of the night and point at something. But you can do the same thing while you're just laying there, as long as you have a really good visual about it. So I'll put it in front of me in my head, I'll point at it in my head, and I'll turn to my left 3.5 times. And what that does is it starts to break the bond between you and that trauma that you saw. Maybe you saw your ex with their new, romance. They sent you pictures of other people in their life. Maybe they sent you rage texts, and every time you see their name pop up on your phone or on your computer, you freak out. These are visuals that you've got an association with. So if they're coming up while you're not sleeping at 2 a.m., you start getting into a meditative state. You start laying down and then halfway up, and then more posture just keeps, getting better. And every time something up that makes you really mad, that makes you angry or frightened or frustrated, I will do one of my 3 tools. I'll do the stroking of my arms, the havening. I'll do the acupressure points on my head, or in my mind's eye, I'll point at, and in my mind's eye, I'll turn around 3.5 times. This starts to clean up the things that your subconscious is bringing up. And if you do this day after day, your sleep starts to get better. You sit there and thinking that meditation, oh my God, meditation, you have to do it for the rest of life, and I'd rather be asleep. I don't want to be awake at 2 a.m. Why do I have to do this? And my body hurts and I'm uncomfortable, and this is a waste of my time, and why can't I just fall asleep? Why don't I just take, a Xanax or something else to make myself feel better? And that's fine, but that puts you down the cycle of never getting better. You always need to look at doing something different. If what you're doing is making you feel bad, you need to do anything different. For me, it's meditating. That anything different is sitting up and getting my digestion going, is sitting up and allowing my body to digest through the emotions or the stuff that my subconscious is keeping me awake with. You can either keep it spinning in your head, or you can give yourself a space to start working through and letting go of the emotions that are dogging you, the emotions that are keeping you awake, the worries and the fears. So I'm happy many times if I'm awake in the middle of the night, because I'm like, oh, look, I'm awake. It's quiet. And even though I feel like crap, even though my knees may hurt and my back may hurt and my stomach's off and all of that, I start in little increments. You have to do something different. And so by the end of after or an hour and a half, digestion's working. I feel better. I've done the point 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I've done the havening a few times. I've done the TAT points a few times. It's actually you tapping in to make you feel crazy and dealing with them. If you're awake at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., way earlier than you want, that's because your body's looking for you to process through the stuff that's making you feel crazy and sick and off balance and edgy and overwhelmed. This is an opportunity. Instead of being angry or hurt or worried that you're awake and somebody did this to you, you can recognize that, you know what, I can do something different. Now, many times I know it's not easy to just get up and go someplace else and sit on the floor and meditate. A lot of times I try to be really quiet. But what I may do is I'll move over to the couch. I'll move to the living room, and that will give me more space to do what I need to do. And increment by increment, you'll notice your body will love you. Emotions will love you for it. If you use that time as a way to get rid of the things that are making you feel crazy, that are get rid of the things that make you feel sick, and to get your body working more naturally. And believe you me, when you start sitting up and when you start sitting in a supportive way where your spine is straight, all sorts of things open up. Your lungs open up. You're able to take deeper breaths. Your abdomen opens up. Your digestion's able to work. Everything is able to work. The nervous system signals are able to go up and down your spine. So even if you can't get your head to a calm place, that's okay. I want you to notice the things that make you relax and let go, and the things that will make you tense up. And every time I start to tense up, I'll do one of my tools, because it's a clearing. This is the best time to do this stuff. If you're awake between like 2 and 4 a.m. or 2 and 5 a.m., this is your beautiful, magical healing time, even if you feel like garbage, because this is the time that's yours to clear out all of that, all of those emotions which are keeping you awake, that are in your diaphragm and in your liver and in your kidneys and in your knees. They're able to come up and be processed. Now, how do you know this? Well, typically when you're ready to process through emotion, it'll go to your liver, so you'll feel it on your right side. It'll go to your liver. And then after it goes to your liver, it will go to your diaphragm. So you'll feel tension in your diaphragm. If you're struggling with processing horrible things that you've been experiencing, someone screaming at you, belittling you, minimizing you, sending you rage texts, somebody yanking with your psyche, somebody playing with your mind, somebody lying to you and manipulating you, somebody being unstable, you've got a lot of emotions to process through. And you know you need to process through them because you'll feel it in your abdomen. Tension in your liver, tension in your diaphragm. And if you're waking up, use it as a healing time. Use it as an opportunity to start getting this stuff off of your system. And what will happen is you won't be frustrated or angry that you wasted 2 or 3 hours in the middle of the night not being able to sleep, which is what will usually happen if you can't sleep. You're aggravated and frustrated and tired and overwhelmed because you didn't get any rest. However, if you spend that time doing things that relax your body, like sitting up straight, that helps relax your body, or angle, or even just focusing on your breath, or continuing to bring your mind back to the white wall, or doing the tools over and over. You will, by the time you're ready to wake up, you will feel refreshed. You won't feel exhausted. You won't feel as if everything's going to hell in a handbasket. You won't feel as if, oh God, I've got another day I have to get through. Why do I even want to bother? You don't feel that way. If you take the time to do things which are different from what you normally do something which is healthier than what you normally do. For me, I keep really good water. I drink smart water because it's more balanced. It's easier on my system. I keep that next to me. And so as you're going through this at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., you're actually nourishing your body. You're nourishing your system. You're getting hydrated. You're getting your nervous system working. You're getting your digestive system working. You're getting everything flowing better. And you don't have to do it all at once, because I know what that's like. You wake up and you're like, there's no way. I just want to go back to sleep. Why can't I do something different? I don't want to be awake. I don't want to be here. But trust me, you want to start doing something different from what you've always done. And meditation isn't, the cure-all, but it's the key to getting yourself in a space where you can start doing something. As I said, I'll start to calm myself down, and then I'll realize that I've got this visual or this image that I want to get rid of it. I'll do the pointy thingy, or I'll feel sad and overwhelmed, so I'll do my havening. I'll stroke my arms, which is super duper comforting. I'll do those things because it starts nourishing my body in a way that will make me feel better. Okay? So if you're feeling stressed out, I suggest you do something different, because when you do something different, you get different information. Your body says, oh, clearly you're ready to have a different experience. And it's one more step towards not being so tired, not feeling so overwhelmed, not feeling so aggravated that that you can't get out of your toxic narcissistic relationship and you can't stand up for yourself. When you're tired and overwhelmed and your body isn't working well, you don't have anything left to stand up for yourself and create a better relationship or create a new life. So if you're awake, the next time you're awake, I give you this suggestion. Start by trying to relax while you're laying down and focusing on something, and then sit halfway up. And then after maybe 20 minutes, sit more way up, and keep doing that in increments. Keep feeling better and getting more circulation in increments just by sitting up straighter. And do your nervous system regulation tools. That's the havening and the acupressure points and the pointy thingy. Because if you do that, you're actually cleaning up the emotions that have woken you up in the first place. When you wake up at 2 a.m., it's your body knocking on the door saying, hey, we got some stuff we got to work through here. And if you work through it, then tomorrow you'll be in a better space. And the day after that, you'll be in a better space. And the day after that, you'll be in a better space. And you'll keep moving forward instead of feeling stuck, okay? So if you feel stuck and you want some support through this, and you want the tools, and you want to not feel alone, and you want to see the path and the guide to how to get out of this, just send me an email, rhickman@inspiremassage.com. That's going to be Rita Hickman Coach. And if you do that, we'll set up a time to talk. We'll start getting you moved in the right direction. You don't have to, it's all at once, 0 to 60. We do it in increments. You don't have to suddenly become somebody you're not. You piece by piece by piece get healthier, okay? So I hope you have a great week, since it's Monday. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I plan on having one myself. And I'll talk to you later, okay? Thanks. Bye.